All right, looks like we're live now. Looking good. All right, excited. We got a couple coming out today, and we're going to be able to get into some really good stuff that we've been working on to help you guys drive your costs down. Now, the whole reason behind the Do Whatever It Takes Academy, of course, is to help you guys make a nice chunk of money every single month so that you can see the growth over growth impact. And the thing that we accredit all of our success to, and the thing, of course, other than the good Lord, is going to be the value pitch close method, the VPC method that we teach you inside here at the Academy. I really want to iron out some of those details today so you could see exactly what it looks like inside of a client's account of ours who's just starting out again, so that you could see in the first probably, I think it's only been like 21 days or so. So you could see what it looks like to piggyback off of this momentum, be able to see exactly how we're able to start to get the client results so fast and how we can actually guarantee our work. So that whenever you come to a point where you're wondering, can I actually guarantee what I can do when you're building out your business, you can say yes. When you go to somebody else to ask if they can help you and they say, well, I'm not sure, I can't really guarantee. You always want to guarantee your results, because there should always be a formula that you're following or a method that you're following. And so we're going to iron out all those details today so that you could feel more confident about not only the results you could look forward to, but if you're dealing with client accounts, how you can really feel confident in the close to know I can get these results and here's why. And so the VPC method is going to help you do just that. So let's get right into checking it out. Like I said, anybody who showed up to these other ones, you've seen that I don't really go too much into the slides on these. We do go into depth, but there's not a lot of slides. Let me pull these up real quick, and then we'll pull out the members who are coming out today, brave souls, to come out onto the Winning Ad Wednesday and see exactly how we can improve what they're already doing. All right, there we go. Share the screen. All right, there we go. Okay, make this a little bit bigger for us now. So what we're looking at here is the value pitch close method. Now, we've been big into this over the last couple of years, and just being able to give it the actual methodology, value pitch close, the actual framework. We've taken this from so many people out there that are doing so well and people that we respect. And what happens is when you start to go out there and you start to learn from a few different people, you start to mold into your own methodology. And we want that same thing for you, is to be able to just mold your own methodology so that when people come to it, it's, okay, well, I know exactly what I can expect. I can see why this works, and it has an actual purpose behind it. So everything, of course, revolves around learning how to deliver value to your marketplace, knowing how to pitch to that marketplace, and then understanding the skill sets to close on that momentum that now you have by having them listen to your pitch. So the first thing that we want to make sure of is we're going to show you live results as well inside the client accounts that we're working with. And then the first step is all about phase one. Okay, this is going to be about brand awareness. Now, before I get into how we break this down for you guys, we're actually creating a template. You're going to see the bones of the template right now, kind of what it looks like before we take it to design and make it look all pretty for you guys. But you're going to see that a lot of folks, when you get to the brand awareness, I can't stress this enough. It's important. Today's day and age, it's even more important today than it was ever before. And the reason why is because people's attention span is getting shorter and shorter. People's trust wick, if you can imagine it being like a wick on a candle, it's getting shorter and shorter. And the reason why we want to make sure that the brand awareness is something that we put a lot of effort into is because that's what's going to be it's going to be your ability to bring them into your sphere, to remove you from obscurity. Okay, there's only a couple other ways that you could do this. And this is what, blows my mind is, a lot of people are like, well, can't we just cut straight to the leads or straight to the sales? And you could, but if you don't have this piece down, then you're going to be paying a lot more for that on the back end. And you're going to be losing a lot more of those people more frequently. So to me, if I'm losing more people more frequently, why am I going to want to why am I just going to leave this step out when it's only me doing a few videos a month, right? And you're going to see exactly what we're going to do for you guys is give you the type of videos, so the topics of the videos, how to shoot the videos, the length of the videos, so that you have like an actual guide. Now, again, it's not in cement. So like if you go 1 second over or 30 seconds over, it's okay. These are just tested from us. We know that the times I'm going to share with you in a second are really proven to get us the best attention that we need. And brand awareness is going to be huge. I know companies right now that I work with that like I pay good money to learn stuff from, right? Like my mentor kind of people. And those folks right now, they've shifted to where they were paying about 10 to 15, or investing about 10 to 15% of their advertising budget into their brand awareness, just simply brand awareness, right? And now I would say in the last 30 to, not so probably like 60 days, they've switched to where now they tripled it. It's closer to 30% of their budget now they're putting into brand awareness. Why is that? Well, it's because of the fact that they know that this is where it's at. Now, for the longest time, we've been sharing with you, put some money into brand awareness, right? And we want to make sure we continue to pile that in there, just drive that point home, because now it's better to start today than it is in a week from now. It's better to start yesterday than it is today. So you want to make sure that you're putting out new content, that you're developing this value with your market. And the best way to do that is by going through the exercises in the resource center. Make sure that you're showing up to the calls, make sure you're sharing your questions inside the group. But we can help you find these problems that your people are going to love to talk about. We start to create, you're going to see 60-second videos and such. This brand awareness now is going to get you to, it's going to get that trust built out. And now more than ever, we can't run these commercials as digital marketers and expect this 15 seconds to stick into somebody's mind. We've got to be able to show them 15 seconds here, 30 seconds here, a minute here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 30 seconds here. And when you have that ability now to not just do that on Facebook, but then show up on Instagram and YouTube, and you're showing up all over the banner spots inside of Google, and you're doing all these things to just help yourself be seen more often, I mean, it's going to help your chances of closing the deal, not because we're retargeting them. Again, I think Gary Vee said it best. He was like, I've never bought a pair of Nikes because somebody repixeled me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. That's not why. It's the value that you provide every time they see you. What do they actually anchor you with, right? If you follow any Tony Robbins stuff, he's going to tell you that things and people, we anchor our thoughts to things. So it's like, if we look at a logo and we have been really only exposed to dirty, sleazy, slimy sales things, then whenever we see that, it's going to go, oh, it's going to turn me off whenever I see that. But if we are exposed to value and goodwill and respect and, all these things that are going to drive this emotion to pull out their wallet and give you money and their attention and trust you with what they need, it's game over at that point, right? And all that came from brand awareness. So I just wanted to really drive that point home. So let's get into the launch plan. You're going to see that the $1,800 up top, that's basically a breakdown if you're going to break all phases down. So it's not just phase one. It's not 1,800 into your phase one. It's 1,800 into all three phases, meaning value, pitch, close, your brand awareness, your lead gen, and your sales. Okay, so all three of those are going to get 600 apiece. And this is really your, what we like to call your testing plan. You're going to see in the next couple of slides, you're going to see exactly how we break this all down. And that number is going to be a little bit higher than this. And we're going to go into why that is on that slide. But for this particular launch, if you can imagine in 30 days, if you wanted to get, okay, Brandon, I wanted to get leads, I wanted to get sales, I wanted to start building up an audience, what do I need to do in order to make that happen in the next 30 days? Well, we got that laid out now. Now, a lot of people, they'll go, well, 1,800, sometimes they're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to cost that much, or I didn't really think it was going to be that much. It's like, well, we got to pay to play, right? And if you're thinking about actually creating enough advertisements, you're thinking about creating enough of this goodwill and being able to build up this brand awareness so that people can actually give you more time in the long run, it's going to take some build out, right? And so we've got to have at least 6 different videos, minimum 6 videos. Now, it's not that much. We usually ask for 20 something, between 18 and 24 videos from our clients. The reason why is because the more videos that we have, the easier everybody's job is, and the easier and the more often people can see you without feeling like they're hitting that rerun button, right? We don't want to continue to see the same thing over and over again on our feed. Now, again, depending how big and small the audience is, I might let things hit. If you guys are familiar with like the frequency rate inside of your back office, I might let things hit. If I were to show you stuff right now, 8, 10, 12, I think at 12, I know for a fact that 12, I'll max it out. But at 8, I start to get real weary, right? I start to see, okay, well, is it starting to slow down? Because after 8 times, people aren't really, if they're not biting on it, okay, let's show them something different. But again, Facebook makes it real tricky. It's like literally you have a very small window of which they consider engagement, in which they consider it being viewed. So that frequency might really only be, if it says 12, might only really be like 6 in real life, right? So we got to also identify with that. That's why I want to use that as just a ceiling of saying when 12 hits, I usually turn it off. And so here you're going to have all of the actual videos that now, how much easier is this? Okay, when we were getting this put together, we were so excited because the number one thing that stalls people is doubt, right? Overwhelm, confusion. And when you say, hey, I need you to start to create this video launch plan, when you start building these videos in an assembly line to where people can really come to get to know you and your product and why you're here and all of this great stuff, right? Because without that, we have nothing, right? Without that, we have nothing. We've got to be vulnerable. We've got to be able to share with people, why are we in business? And if you're in business for the wrong reasons, it's going to be exposed. Like right now, this is crunch time, right? So we've got to make sure that we are open with the camera, that we're sharing with them. Okay, well, look, in the first video, how to X without Y. So in my business, it might be like how to get, how to get leads without relying on SEO, right? Because I'm not a big SEO fan, right? So I might say, oh, well, all you people who are waiting 6 months to 12 months for your leads, hey, what if I could cut that into 24 hours? Would you like to know how, right? 60 seconds, and then you're making it a face to camera. So it's going to say, literally just holding out the camera, boom, there we go, normal mobile phone taking care of business. No reason for the cameras, no reason for the green screen, nothing. And then topic 2, 3 things that you didn't know about me, meaning who you are, 3 things that you didn't know about your company, and then of course, what to do if X happens. So what to do if the internet went out, right? I'd still be able to make money for our clients because again, we're not an online marketing agency, we're a sales and consulting and marketing consulting firm. Right, which is why I love what we teach you guys inside the academy because it's all about sales, right? So it doesn't matter if the internet went out. Who cares? Y'all can still go out there and make it happen. And that's what matters. And so what we'll do if blank and start to use these kinds of topics to build out on your video. Start to think about this and how can I make this fit for my own industry or tailor this to my own specific specialty. And you're going to see creativity come to life. Now, number 5 might be, what you were taught about X was dead wrong. Number 6, what your market's main problem, or introducing your market's main problem and then solve it in its largest form. So now it's like, hey, look, we know that the largest problem in this industry would be, let's say, believing, in my opinion, people that we deal with is believing that you're one marketing funnel away from $1 million, right? Listening to people who are preaching on things that aren't with no context behind it, right? So that's where the number one problem, I'm going to start talking about that in my videos. I'm going to start really building a stance against the whole get rich quick. Oh, well, I just have to get this one marketing funnel. No, it's got to take time. It's got to build naturally. You're a business. You're not we're not getting signed by Nike overnight. I'd love to believe that our LLC was that important, right? As soon as you get that, LLC, the EIN number, you're like, I'm official. Yes. And no one cares. It's not, you're not an NBA team, right? It's not like you're getting signed to the NBA. So we have to understand that we're still building out everything naturally, and we have to use paid advertising and SEO and social media all together to make sure this happens. And when you put this behind, I'm going to show you the results in a second. You're going to see that when you put this behind, you're going to see your custom audience, which is what Facebook is really the only thing that I will use Facebook for, right? Is to start to build up audiences that then you could shift around to different platforms. So that way Facebook does not own your audience, right? Last thing we want to do is for Facebook to change their laws or whatever it is, policy, and say, you guys aren't going to do this anymore. And we're going to keep all the pixel information's hidden. You can't download stuff like da-da-da. All we need is that to happen and boom, it's game over. So what we want to do is make sure that we're protecting ourselves and putting them into different buckets, right? We got to make sure they're opting into our list, getting them to our website, making sure that Google Tags Manager's on that bad boy. And we can also retarget them via Google and on YouTube. And so when you think about how we want to make sure and use this specific set of planning, it's for such a long-term purpose. It's not just for this 30 days. It's for being able to reuse it whenever we want to stir up new traffic and a new demographic. And so when we think about breaking out these 6 videos, get those recorded, get them uploaded, boom, good to go. $600, you're looking at $20 a day. And this way you can break these down in we could stagger these out. But the point of this is to test all these out for a certain period of time. Typically what we do, and you'll see this in a second, is we tag them out for about 4 days at a time, depending on how many videos we got. If we have as many videos as we're going to show you in a second from this one client, we could stagger them out to 3-4 days. And then every 3-4 days, we're launching these new videos inside of these demographics that we're testing to see at the end of that month, how long were people giving us their attention for? Which demographic was giving us the most focus? Where should we go ahead and dive into first with our lead generation, knowing and having this data now? And you're going to see that we're not prepared to go on this with our, without any blinders on. And our clients now could feel confident saying, okay, let's go ahead and put some money into the lead gen. Let's go ahead and start to do all these things now because they've seen the real data on who's giving them their attention. And when you have all this stuff built out now, of course, you have a lot of goodwill. And also, you guys know that I'm a believer of your income being a direct reflection of the amount of goodwill you have in the marketplace. So the more goodwill that you got, the more it's natural, right? It's natural as gravity, man. It's going to come back to you. So the second step is going to be the pitch, or AKA your lead generation. Now here, this is where we're looking at the phases, like I was mentioning a second ago, from campaign 1. So the winning interest from phase 1. So if we're testing 16 different interests, we've got a winning, let's say 5 of them, which I'm going to illustrate all this for you in a second inside of our client's back office so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But if you've done any Facebook advertising, you know that when you test these ad sets, when you test these interests, you're going to come out with like 5 or 6 of them that are really good. Those are going to be the ones that we want to run lead gen to, right? Why would we want to run, when we could get leads in the other interests, we could, but why would we want to when we know we could start off here and get a lower cost, right? We know we can get a lower cost here. We just know it. And that's the whole point of starting off with all these interests in campaign number 1, which is your brand awareness. Those 16 to 32 different interests you're going to be testing across the board with that first $600, you're going to see is going to be a great way now for us to slim off the fat. What do they say? Trim the fat, right? And put everything into that lead gen bucket. Now we know, okay, out of the 16 interests, boom, we got 4 that we can move into phase 2. Now when we get into phase 2, you're going to see, I think I got this over here. Might be a little bit smaller, but phase 2, you're going to see that, make it a little bit bigger for you guys. It's pretty much what we're doing here is taking now the situations and solutions exercise, which if you're not familiar with that exercise, head on to the academy right after this call and off to the, I think it's the right-hand side now. We're fortunate. We're always messing with the layout there to make sure that we give you guys the best results. And it's on the right-hand side, I think now, and it's going to take you into, when you click that banner, to the resource center. Once you get to the resource center, look for the situations and solutions exercise. I think it's the second or third one from the top. And you're going to download that exercise. It's a 2-column exercise on each side. It's got like 8 rows or 4 rows to it and broken down into 2 columns. What we're going to do here is we're going to take the problems that your market's facing, and then we're going to attach some solutions to those problems. We also have the video explaining on how to do that inside of module number 1 called Situation Solutions Exercise. So if you ever need any help on how to go through that. And what we're going to do now is make videos based upon those solutions. And those videos now are going to be having calls to actions back to the landing page. This is going to be the best way that we can make things happen in a very low-cost fashion. Again, it sounds so elementary. I'm sure if you might be thinking, well, Brandon, this sounds so like basic. The thing about it is that we always want to overplay things and think that if I color outside the lines, it's going to get more attention. And if we do things the way that we normally would in a normal conversation, if I met you in the beginning of, let's say yesterday, beginning of the workday, and we had gone through a normal conversation where I'd introduced myself and let you know what I was about, a couple of things about my company, and then the next day I was like, hey, I know you have this problem. Here's a couple solutions to it, right? These are all videos in the brand awareness, right? Helping them how to X without Y, giving them results in advance. And then we go into the next couple of days where we're talking about, hey, you know what? Why don't you give me your email? I'd actually love to send you something more in detail. I'd love to be able to help you out a little bit more. Now they're going to go, you know what? This literally yesterday sounded good to me. It sounded great. Let's make it happen. And they're going to continue to go through this. And as crazy as it is, I've seen this happen so often that it still is shocking to me at how long it takes. Because, we think that we're so trustworthy, right? We wake up and we look in the mirror and we're like, I'm not a dirty dude. But people, they've been screwed over by so many people in the past. I mean, I'd say 95% of our personal clients come to us after they've been screwed over by somebody else. And I'm sure if you're here right now, whether you're watching live or on the replay, you've probably been burned, right? And so what we get to do now, this is our opportunity to give them results in advance and deliver this sense of security to move forward in the sales process. And so this is why a lot of folks, when they say, I'll pass on the lead gen, we have clients who I almost want to have them write off a waiver. I had I had a client yesterday and I said, dude, I feel like you're a doctor, man. I said, I feel like I have to have you sign off on this and be like, I insert, his name, refused to operate under lead generation. Like he was saying no to that. He wanted to put more money into sales. I'm just like, man, as much as I love sales, sales are great for today money and we need that, but we also need tomorrow money, right? And that's where lead gen comes in. So I believe that when we get you on board with getting comfortable with printing out the situations and solutions exercise, getting used to understanding what are the top situations, what are the top solutions, and how do we tie that together inside of your current product that you're selling, it's game over. And those 15 to 45 seconds up top could be a commercial style video. Video 2 could be obviously problem number 2 with about 3 minutes. Now you're going to go into a little bit more depth. And this is going to be a face to camera. You're going to see that a lot of the time, 3 minutes is a lot of time. So you could take your time. You can rest on your words. You can let people consume this and come through it. And you could share a lot in 3 minutes. And with your ability to now keep it brief and keep it concise, let people see the face of the company. And this doesn't matter. A lot of folks, this is a great, I don't know if you're watching this, we're going to be bringing out Josh very soon. And so before we bring him out though, I mean, we get a lot of questions from e-com folks and they'll say, well, Brandon, you know, these videos you're talking about sound great for info products, but what about for e-com people? And, you know, we always mention that e-com is still you're still branding yourself. You're still making sure that your company's out there. And people who are buying your product have a problem. We only buy for product for problem solving or for pleasure, right? I mean, it's solving a problem, right? Or entertainment, or we want some type of pleasure. So everything that we're doing is based on that need, and we need to know what are those needs inside your market. When we have that, we create those videos around it and tailor all of our content around solving those problems. That's why when people usually ask me, Brandon, how do you get away with giving away so much? I go, because people, they don't care that they don't want to do it themselves. They just want to know who to trust that can teach them how to do it or do it for them. That's it. They don't want to do it themselves. People could listen to your message all day, no matter what you're giving away about how to save, you know, your time and work out from home. If you're actually, you know, selling workout equipment, you're like, well, wouldn't that be consuming like counterproductive against my sales process? And it wouldn't be, because you'd be showing them that, hey, look, maybe you're not ready for a purchased product yet, right? Maybe you need to go ahead and prove it to yourself you can get it done. Do this for 7 days, and then at the end, buy my product, right? Maybe you want to show them that you're listening and that, hey, that's how a normal friend would treat them. So, you know, that's how I'm going to treat them. And so there's all these different ways that we can now give them these solutions. If we have it written down in a formula, following the situations and solutions exercise, you're going to be in a good spot. And then we get to video 3, face to camera again, about 60 seconds, keep them short and brief again, okay? Problem solving. We're talking about giving benefits. We're talking about giving solutions real quick. 60 seconds actually is a long time when you get real good with it. I would suggest that if you're not used to it, start doing the Instagram videos. Start doing as many Instagram videos as you can, and you're going to start at 60 seconds. It's going to train you to start to cut this down with brevity, and you're going to get real good with it real soon. And then, of course, number 5, scrolling through with a good voiceover. So let's say this is a good way for you to break state. A lot of people, when they're scrolling through their news feed, they're so used to seeing people do crazy things, or they're so used to certain, attention grabbing maneuvers. And what you could do is, one thing that works very well, because I know I usually stop and watch them too, is when it's an actual view of what it is that you're giving away and you're scrolling through it. So it could be on your iPhone, it could be on your screen up here, it could be printed out, and you're going through it on a printed version. But just scrolling through the actual giveaway with a voiceover, and sometimes you don't even have to have a voiceover, right? You could just literally have it going for 15 seconds, and then in the copy, let them know that they're going to be getting everything that they see below. So you're going to see a couple different versions there. And then you have video 6, which is going to be another 15-second commercial style or face to camera. And the reason why we want to say commercial style, this could be done through like a promo video. This could be done through like a, what's the word I'm looking for? That Fiverr, right? You can outsource it to somebody on Upwork, so you can go into all these different, programs, get freelancers, and get this commercial style video taken care of. But I promise you that once you have these now taken care of for the lead gen, now we can get into phase number 3. So if we come back now to what we're looking at in our flow chart, we have campaign that's been done. We now have narrowed down 16 to 32 interests down to about 5. We start running the lead gen to these 5 or 10 or however many that pass the test. We have what's called KPIs. And I teach you how to set those KPIs inside of the Facebook module. But those KPIs just stand for key performance indicators. And so once those metrics get met or surpassed, they filter themselves into now what's called campaign number 2, where we can start to run lead gen. Once now those KPIs are met, we could start to run that traffic through to videos 1 through 15, an additional 15 videos. And these videos now are going to be subjected to just straight sales. We're just talking about nothing but sales here. You see what I mean? And so this is going to help you guys see exactly what it's going to take to be able to build up that sales process. All this stuff can be done is we usually have about, for all three of these to get turned around, we usually see, depending on how much content they have, between 14 and 20 days to have everything built out. That way, before the end of the 30-day mark, they've already gotten an audience built out, lead built coming in, and sales being made, right? That's the goal. And so with you, depending on how fast you guys can move, how much content you got out there, give yourself about 6 weeks maybe, right? Think to yourself, okay, well, if I give myself 6 to 8 weeks, then I'm good to go. I can create these campaigns on my own, and then I can come show up to the calls. I can get the help that I need to make sure they're all working and functioning properly, and then boom, we'll be off to the races. So I would start to do this. And that's why I said here, if you look here, it says 24 to build a hyper-target audience. If you have the more interest that you have, okay, so think of it like this, the more interest that you're testing, the more money it's going to require. Now, what we like to do is we do like to test the interest because, again, why not? Number one, it's going to give us the ability to actually give ourselves the hard data to move forward in a direction or not move forward in a direction, right? I would much rather know for a fact, and I'll share with you in a second, why this is so important, because one of the demographics that made it through was a demographic that my client talking about, said that he did not want. He was like, oh, when I showed him that this is what we were going to do, he was like, oh, that's not going to do well. We don't do well with that. They don't like us. Da, 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 da. And that actually did the very best out of everything else. It outperformed everything else. So I love being able to bring these additional ideas in and showing people that like these testing different interests on Facebook specifically is a big deal. Okay, so make sure that we're all prepared for this, and then we'll get into the third step, which is going to be the close. Okay, this is where the sales is going to take place. Think about it like this. Okay, we got to be able to get you paid, right? And if we have people coming in from traffic, retargeted or not, to a landing page, getting taken to a sales letter, getting redirected to an order form or a qualification form or wherever it is that you have your funnel set up for, we've got to be able to have a point of sale, right? And somewhere throughout this process, we're going to have a point of sale. We're going to have some upsells. We're going to have some things like that. But this is going to be now the point of this is to be able to make sure that we have something on the back end that's going to allow you guys now to point people back to new offers so that you could then present new offers and make sure that you're making more sales. Because if they say no up front, it's okay. It's normal. We're going to be able to get them to the back end. And the best way is to be able to provide them with all that goodwill. And so if we think about how we're going to be able to do that, well, we go back to our drawing board over here, and you're going to see that when we get to the sales process, you're going to see we have demonstrational videos. You're going to see we have results in advanced videos. We have all these videos that are going to allow us now the chance to give goodwill into our follow-up, which guess what that does? That's right. It just gets our credit built up a lot more, and we're able to actually help up. There's a flow chart in the academy. Ooh. Which flow chart? Oh, let me see. Which flow chart are we? Which flow chart were we talking about? Where did we go? That was what, this one here. This one, the one you just had. Where did that one go? Which one was that? Trying to think. Ooh. This one right here. I wonder if this is the one. Gary, let me know if this is the one that you were talking about. We do have, I know there's a little bit of a lag right now, but it's most likely got to be this one. If it's not in there, then I could put it into the group. No, the pink, yellow. I'm not sure. I will have to double check. Let me look through. I don't know where it went. As far as where everything. Oh, hold on one second. Let me go back here to the actual keynote. This one right here. Yeah, this one's in there. But I can go ahead and put it inside the group though for you guys as well. Yeah, definitely. This is just what we call, just to let you guys know, this is our actual blueprint for our top sales blueprint. So whenever we meet with clients or prospects, this is really what we put through into their attention to say, look, this is what we can automate for you. We can do all these great things for you to make sure it frees up more of your time, puts you in more control, and allows you to predict more of where your business is going to be at in the next 30, 60, 90 days. And now a lot of people, they love getting that because, of course, it gives them that security to know, what can I do with my money? Do I have the security to know, can I put it in advertising and can I expand with employees? Can I do these with this training? Can I go and advance my self skills? Like all these things now start to open up when they have the security of knowing what they can expect. And so this is just a blueprint, I guess you could say, the blueprint that we give away for all of our meetings when we're closing them into our personal services. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at now in action. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about now, guys. We got some pretty cool stuff. You're going to see that right now we are inside of an account from a client of ours. And you're going to see that if we are looking at this month, 545 might have started, I want to say, it should have been, maybe it was 594. There we go. But then plus today. So let's do, there we go. Okay, so where are we at? Let's just make sure we got all the, so 615. Okay, that's what I thought it was in the sixes. Okay, so we're looking at, if we look at the brand awareness, we started this one first. Okay, now what they were able to do is they were able to provide us with a lot of videos, a lot of content. And so this is where you want to make sure that you're starting off with a lot of content. If you only have a few things, believe me, start off with a few things. A few is better than none. But you've got to have a few things that are out here. You got to be pumping out this content every day. If you pumped out content every day for a week, you'd have a week's worth of content. Start with that as your chunk. But make sure that you are, believe me, you guys got to be out there making as much content as possible to drive your costs down. People will be doing searches. It's like 80% or some crazy like that. Stalk you on the, I say stalk accordingly, right? But they look you up on social media nowadays and they want to find out, what are you doing? Are you the same person over here as you are over here? And if you can't be found on Instagram or Twitter and they're out there trying to find you on those places, then really to them you don't exist and they're going to go with somebody else. So you got to make sure that you have a presence on all places. And that's one thing I do love about these ads, is that allows you to show up on all places now, as well as on Instagram and on Facebook. So from here, if we look inside of the brand awareness, you're going to see that 486 invested, okay? And you're going to see that an audience of about 13.5. And if we get inside of the ad set, you're going to see that we have quite a few different ad sets inside here. Oh, I got this still. Oh, I got to remove the filter. There we go. We got 14 different ad sets. Okay, these ad sets now you're going to see are people that he said he wanted to put himself in front of, plus some people that we knew would go pretty well in front of those folks. And when we're looking at how can we break down this data, because again, if you notice the start date and the end date, it's the 12th to the 15th, okay, the 15th to the 18th, the 6th to the 12th, right, 7th to the 13th. You're looking at, at the very most 6 days in between these specific ad sets. And we're launching 2 or 3 ad sets at a time. And you can see that it runs from, like the 6th to like the 23rd or the 24th of this month or something like that, ongoing right now. So this one's still running right now. So you can see that we still have these things. Oh, this is the top 5 that came through. Okay, so what we did here is we actually took the 13 that we tested, broke that down into the top 5. We have 5 now that we're now running all the brand awareness to. So what we have now is basically, if you could think of a rounding door. I always think of like in the 80s, those doors where you would push through it and you'd have to like double dutch into those things, right? Because it'd always be constantly moving. If that was what you have built out now, you're constantly having a flow of people come in. That door that's rotating is basically your videos. And the faster that you end up putting videos and the more videos and the different types of videos and the more attention that we get, that's the faster that it goes. It's going to suck into you. That's your vacuum now. So you're sucking people into that front door, into your building, so to speak. That building now, that first floor is going to be your lead gen. The first thing they're going to see after that is going to be you saying, hey, I have something cool for you, right? Here's something cool for you in exchange for your name and your email. It could be maybe even you want to offer a webinar, maybe you want to, but they're warming up. Now they've seen you a few times. They've seen a few of your videos. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to have little buckets where we're going to continue to feed off these one-off videos and videos that you're going to be creating from here on out, so that the people who are actually engaging with you most often are going to see different videos from you. That way they're not just seeing sales videos and they're not being forgotten about as well. So we have a whole plan to keep the attention for people, but how do we get the attention? Well, what we're going to do here is make sure that you're following, again, the VPC method, starting off with what do we have, 13 to 16 different interests, find out the top 4 to 5, put them into one power set, which is what we just did here. We just put these in now to a power set. So this is a Pilates business out in LA or out in Mission Viejo, California. And what we did is we took it to all 13 different ad sets. Our 14th ad set is created by the top 5 of the 13. We know that those are the top 5 because the data that we're looking at. Now, the data is going to be based upon when we come here, we're going to see that we can click this performance, drop down. We can go to video engagement. Now, the reason why I'm going to video engagement for this specific instance is because we're running video views. So we know that that first phase 1 is going to be either post engagements or video views, and maybe a combination of both. And for us, this is all video views. So we know we want to check out the video engagement. More importantly, we want to check out 100% view-through rate. So when we see that 100 people, 100% of the people, or the percentage of people that watched 100% of the video, that's what we're looking for. And so you're going to see that the number 1, it's probably a little bit, let me make it a little bit bigger for you guys. It's probably a little bit hard to read on your end, but the 100% now you're looking at, look at this, Pilates, you're looking at, look at this, yoga, and that was the one that they said would not do well. They gave us the most view rates, right? And we're talking about other statistics now we're going to take into consideration, but when you're building an audience and you're thinking about what is it going to take for me to build out this specific audience, and this works across the board. It still is so astonishing to me at how predictable this method is. When you do this and you create these ad sets in advance, and again, we'll look back at what does he have here? $486 invested, right? From June to July, $486 invested. Now, this dude's doing, I think his company is doing right around $25,000 to $30,000 a month right now, from what I've seen so far. So he's not doing poorly in this business. You know what I mean? He's been in business for 15 years. He had months of, he's doing well, but still could not create an audience and still never had an actual list or a pipeline of people that he had done business with. In 16 years, never had a lead base built out. So for this, $486 in a month to put towards building out an audience, where if you look at the audience now in just a little bit of time, look at that, 1,400 people right there, boom, in less than 30 days, right? I think it's only been like 20 days or something like that, 17 days. So you're looking at 14 people that have watched at least 25%. This number is going to grow as we continue to put more people through it. And so what's going to happen is in 6 months from now, we're going to be able to look at this number and go, oh, you have a business asset. This asset now is producing income. This might be, let's say, 10,000 people, right? Let's say 10,000 people in 6 months. That 10,000 person custom audience should be producing roughly an additional $10,000 a month for his studio now. And if it's not, then we're not doing it right. You see what I mean? How awesome is that to know that we're putting in the work today to reap the rewards tomorrow? And this is the hardest sell for us in the business when we have clients who don't have a long-term vision. They're like, well, I need a Band-Aid solution. I need my results now. I need money yesterday. I got to feed my kids, whatever it is. I understand the struggle, and I'm not taking anything away from people needing money today. I am sharing, though, that in the business of marketing, buyer philosophy forces us into an understanding to say, okay, well, how can I maximize each buyer? How can I shrink the sales process? Well, we've seen that on average, the sales process can only be shrank until about day 43. But for 85% of our buyers, they're not going to come until after day 90. So we have to make sure we have something going on in the meantime, which is why these retargeting videos, why the custom audiences, and why everything we're going over today makes such, it makes great sense to be able to invest some time in today to make sure you guys are all taken care of. And so Josh, go ahead and start to get ready. Because hold on one second, let me go back here real quick. We'll see that by following this now and having this set up, yeah, go ahead and get ready, buddy. We're going to pull you out right now. By following everything and getting this set up, you're going to see we have 41 different ads that we've ran, just to let you know, right? We eat our own pudding, right? I guess you could say, if that's the right kind of word, but we practice what we preach. And when we come down, we have 41 ads run across 13 different ad sets. We have a bunch of different campaigns that we've ran, and then we take that and we put them into the lead gen. So we have our lead gen now, which is going to be leading off with our number one ad set with the strengthening. And you're going to see that now, once this actually, we're in video engagement. Let's go to performance and clicks. You're going to see that now we're looking at like $2.79 per lead, just rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? I mean, you're looking at being able to know that by testing minorly here and still building up an audience with those people might actually turn into customers that walking off the street, the ones from phase 1. They might. We don't plan on it. That's not like the purpose of it, but they could. We know that our purpose was to be able to get the top 4, maybe 5 of those interests that we could run ad set, or that we can run our lead gen to. Once we have that now we can get into generating leads and move them into phase number 3, which is sales. But you could see how now the filter has happened. Now we have people coming into the front door. We have a method. We knew that these were going to take off. We could actually guarantee that as soon as we launch these ads, that we could start getting results. Now, again, you have to understand ad copy. We have to understand visual aesthetics. We have to understand how that's why you guys go through the Facebook module, is to make sure that you understand how to create the ads so that when you do get the targeting down, you don't have to worry about, is it that copy, is it the image, or is it anything like that, right? We got to make sure that you guys are all taken care of. Okay, he says he's ready. Perfect. All right, so Josh, let me go ahead and pull you out real quick, because right there, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Look, 279 right out the gate. And it's going to get like this and get better. It's going to get like this and get even better. So I got some stuff that I will go over with Josh, and then we'll be pulling out Mike as well. So Mike, make sure you get ready. As soon as we get done with Josh, we'll be pulling you out, buddy, and going over everything for you. Gentleman owns a studio out in El Paso. And let me pull you out, Josh, real quick. 1 second. Let's see. Hey, Josh, you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I could hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect, brother, man. Perfect. So go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit while I get everything put together for you. Let everybody know why you're here.
Yeah, my name's Joshua Centers. I own a really small agency. I have 1 client right now. My agency is called Clicks on Command. So right now I'm doing e-com. I tried a little bit of lead generation for CrossFit gym. For some reason, didn't work out too well. This one kind of fell in my lap. So right now I'm just trying to build a solid foundation for running ads for this client. Because right now I feel a little bit cluttered and I don't really feel like I have a foundation down, but the ads aren't doing too bad. So I'm sure they can get better.
Gotcha. And I was looking, I did see that. I love how you said I got a really small agency. Come on, man, don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay yourself. Come on, man. I love it, though. I mean, I did get these. We got these a little bit late today, of course. Got them about 1 o'clock. And so I was looking through them, though, and I was trying to figure out what was the problem. They look like they're performing very well.
Yeah. I mean, I could turn my screen on and show you like under the hood if you want to. I have no idea if that was your intention.
Well, I wanted to get something to look at, but yeah, since I don't have, point me to the problem, brother. I'll stop sharing this right now, and then you'll be able to take over the driver's seat, share your screen, and then we'll see exactly where I could be at. Because I mean, I wanted to make sure that we had something put together before we had met. But when I was looking at this, I was like, man, maybe I don't know.
So it's probably just me. How do I share my screen with you? I swear I've done this before.
Yeah, if you're on, I'm not sure where you're at, but there should be a green button if you hover over the middle of the center of where my face is or where your face is. There should be a green share screen button.
I don't see a share screen. I'm on the app for Zoom.
It says everyone can
Same as system, exit.
It should be right next to polling or chat. If you can see that. And so everybody watching the replay as you get, can you see it right now or no?
No, it's weird. Let me go to meeting, enter full screen. Nope.
There should be. It should be a big green button next to the actual one. So while you're looking for that, if not, then we'll have to just go off of what I can see. But there's when you send it in, everybody, when you send in your Jotform stuff, make sure that any links to any advertising, anything like that, let me know, and we will be good. Mike, you can. Mike, just wait 1 second. We'll go ahead and pull you out as soon as I get done. Or we get through with Josh. We'll go ahead and pull you out, Mike. Get you taken care of. Got some notes for you, brother man. And Josh, if you can't see it, it's okay while you're looking. What I'm seeing here is, let me pull up the ad real quick. Now, it's for the Cat's gluten-free, right? Donuts?
Right.
Okay, so let me pull, I think, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen again while, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can pull this up. Come on.
So the share screen on mine, like when I click on the app, it's gray.
That's weird. Yeah, maybe you don't, maybe yours is not, maybe you have a computer setting set up? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've used it before.
It's always weird. You got a little technology, right?
Does it say swap shared screen with video? I have no idea.
I don't know. If I were to stop sharing my screen, you could try it again. But I have a big screen. I have a big green share screen button on mine.
Yeah, it's blacked out right now.
Well then here, let me go ahead. You could walk me through it then, so that we don't start a rage on the waiting list. And so if we do this,
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, buddy. You're good. If we do right now, we're looking at Clat's gluten free, correct?
Yeah, Cat's gluten free. So I'm gonna pull up my ads manager real quick and just kind of show you. So the last I got with them April 17th, and since then, let's see, we've generated about $25,000 off of 3,000 ad spend. I just feel like I don't exactly know what I'm doing completely, so. I just want to build a more of a solid foundation, which I've gone through some of your Facebook modules so far. I'm not really doing any interest targeting at all whatsoever. So it's just creating lookalike audiences and email uploads and really going against general audiences.
So can you see my screen right now?
Not yet. Now I can.
Okay. So what we have here is, if everyone takes a look, we have an opportunity now to look at some things that I basically went through and wanted to point out, of course, to help make you some more darn money. Because, I mean, if you said 25K, so off of 3K, so you're looking at about
I'll tell you what they're paying me. I don't care.
No, I'm saying an 8-to-1 right there. So an 8-to-1 right there return. So what you're looking at now is your ability to see. You want to see if you can get it lower. That's really what you want to see, correct?
I would like to see more sales, if possible. Like I said, I don't know if I'm doing things right necessarily. So I'm just trying to get all I can out of what I got.
So let's figure out the math thing, because we always want to know what the math is. If we have 25, I mean, of course, this is going to be rounding about numbers, right? 25K and 3K. But let's say right now that if you've invested 25K or you've invested 3K, you got back 25. How much of your buyers did it take? How many people did it take does it take to represent that $25,000 pie?
Let me look.
Yeah, look at that, because what we want to do is we want to divide that number to see what is the cost per acquisition.
Yeah. So with conversions and the PPE campaign, since I've been with them, we've generated so 3,400 in ad spend, 27,000 in purchase conversions. So people sometimes end up buying other stuff when we give them like an offer like this. Is why that's so high.
No, that's awesome. 3,400 to get 27,000. Okay. And how many customers represent that 27,000?
So it's hard to say because some of them are post engagements.
Well, just if we were to divide, like, let's just say, how many customers did you have come through in the past during this $3,400 spend?
That's where I don't know how to find that number exactly. I'm trying to. How would I do that? Or how would I go about finding that?
I mean, right now, obviously, we'd have to guess, but I mean, typically, you're going to have an actual invoice sheet. That's
200.
Okay. Yeah. 200. Okay. Because typically, you're going to have the invoice sheets that you're going to be able to reference to and go, okay, well, between this time frame and this time frame, I sold these many donuts, I sold these many upsells, I sold these many packages, I sold these many vegan versus whatever it was, and that way, we could start, because one thing we do with our clients, right, is we start to go through their actual inventory. And if this was a client of ours, I'd say, hey, look, do you have any one of these things on your menu that we possibly don't really need right now. Like, is it really a seller? Does it bring in 5% of the revenue? Then we probably don't need it. Let's get rid of it totally.
Yeah.
And either open up more space for the next order or bring on something else that will sell. So if we're thinking about, let's just say 200 then. So 200 then would go into, let's say 200 people produces $27,000 worth of revenue. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so 200.
I think I overshot a little bit, but it's okay.
27,000. Oh, things the other way around. 27,200. 135. Okay, so would you say it's safe to say that the life, quote unquote, time of your valued customer would be about $135? So that'd be like me. Okay. So if that were the case, then there's some cool stuff that you could really do with this. I mean, $135 right out the gate right there for a lifetime. And you're getting buyers from what it looked like on my end. These are buyers for $1.38 per purchase. I know it's a little blurry on my end too, guys. But
some are.
Okay, so I mean, up to $2.30, $3, $5.24, $9. But I mean, like these right here, these purchases. Is this an actual purchase from a case of donuts, like what I was looking at right here on the screen?
Yeah. So sometimes they'll so this is for a 50% off gluten-free donuts. So they'll go there and they'll make it to the cart, and then some of them will buy other products. Because there's like $7 for shipping, depending on where you go. So I think they see that, and then they want to get more bang for their buck and buy. So I was thinking about an upsell campaign too, not to get off subject.
No. Yeah, we need to talk about that. Absolutely. I mean, I think that when it comes down to e-com, of course, we want to make sure to maximize cart value. And so what comes to mind for me, of course, right out the gate is going to be after I opt in, there's got to be something that you give me right away. When I came in, I actually came in and did the pop-up that showed up here.
Yeah.
I gave my name and my email, and then it just said thank you, right?
No coupon or nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah, it was like no redirect to product of the week. Hey, thanks for doing that. Here's this. Right? There was nothing there. So we got to make sure that we have everything that we can to make sure that you maximize that. And if I just gave you my name, my email, I mean, shoot, dude, go for the kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go for the kill right now. Because I mean, this is a lot different than me opting in for, an ebook or something.
Right.
So from here, I would just straight go for the kill and say, hey, you just gave me your name and email. Why don't you continue shopping, or why don't you make your first, purchase?
So we're not talking like a retarget email. We're talking like when somebody opts in, boom, they get another pop-up giving them a reason to buy right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Basically, saying, and it could be a redirect to another product page here. What I would do, and this leads me into number 4 that I wanted to talk about, was going to be number 1, offer me something, right? After I opt in, offer me something. What I would suggest to offer me would be to add a product of the week together. Put a product of the week together, meaning it doesn't matter what the product is. We used to do this for restaurants, and it worked phenomenally well. You know what I mean? Just constantly putting up something for the week. So I might like in this case might be blueberry pies, mini pies, right? Like I would put together an offer that was talking about the blueberry mini pies, and then as soon as I got their name and email, I'd ask the question like, hey, can you smell that, right? Mini pies just got out the oven, ready to be delivered to your door. Where should we send them? Fill out the order here.
Awesome.
And
that would be an email, right?
That would be right there on the screen. I mean, I would also follow up with it. Yeah. I would also follow up with it on the screen, on an email, but possibly saying it in a different way. And then after that, I'd open it up with another offer. But yeah, absolutely. I'd right away take them. Boom. Do you smell that? Thanks for giving me, your email. Let's get these new just made blueberry mini pie sent over to your front door. Where can we send them?
Awesome.
And then, so what is it? Okay, so if we come back here, another thing too for you, buddy, because I'm glad that you said you wanted to sell more too, because it looked to me like, your numbers on the front end, getting people to the page are great, getting people to buy is great. What I would suggest, of course, to get people there and your costs down is to get them to buy more and to get more people who land on here to buy more, right? More people to buy more often. So if you do that, if you offer that immediate present or gift right after they opt in, that'll help increase sales. So that's number one. Number two is to, what is it called? Decrease. I would decrease some of these things on your bar here. I don't know if you have control over that.
I have their, I don't screw around with Shopify really. The guy that I kind of deal with does a lot of that editing stuff, but I could have him tame it down.
I would bring it down to 3. I'd bring it down to 3, maybe 4 things. He has 6. Since there's 6 here, I'd bring it down to 4.
Yeah, let's look at what's making us money. Take it out.
I mean, because this right here is going to kill us. It's going to be killing you. And this is what I land on when I'm first here. I'm pretty sure, right? Let me come here. Look at it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Homepage. Yeah, same thing. So when I look at this, that leads me into bullet point number 3. So number 2 is that you want to make sure you're taking some of this stuff off. Make it 4 things total. You already got a call to action up here with the sticker. It's not even a sticker. Can you make this stick? This learn more.
Can I do what now?
Can you make it a sticker to where when I scroll, it's like it's stuck to the header, and it's something that I see no matter how
I'll see about that.
That'll help. Because once I scroll down even a little bit, because think about it like this. This is what has to happen. You're forcing me to scroll down because there's no call to action above the fold. And then as soon as I scroll down, it doesn't say, I can't see a call to action until I get to, I really don't even see a call to action. I did see one, where was it at? Right here, refer now.
Gotcha.
Like refer store. But like what I would do is I'd make this whole thing. I wouldn't even make this a slider. I'd possibly just make it like a still image. And then I would have one strong call to action, which gave away something. So it might say like, give your kids the gift of smiles, or something about kids smiling, depending on what their demographic is. But speak to that. Call to action would be something like sign up and get your first half dozen on the house. And then that half dozen would be like only when they purchase, $75 or more or something like that.
Nice. Plus that would build the email list too.
Right.
And sales at the same time. Sweet. So basically these like pictures are okay. Make it a still image, but make sure there's a call to action in there.
Correct. Yeah. If you can make it, I mean, obviously let's check out the page load time. The page load time, I don't think was a problem because 26 milliseconds. Yeah. I mean, page load time isn't a problem. I mean, it's pushing on the edge. It's 2.6 seconds. And, of course it's getting real close to the 3 seconds, but yeah. I mean, to me, it's okay. What I would do though, is I would use just a still image. I'd have it to where the actual call to action was being looked at, of course, by the person that's on the image. So having this girl, if she was obviously facing to the left, it would be more appealing. It would get people to look more to what we want them to look at. Mm-hmm. So if we can get that image like that, if not, it's okay. But just little things like that. And then, of course, just making sure the call to action's above. And then I would play off of, here's another thing for you too, is right now, because this is your landing, or this is their landing page. So it's not really like a, what's the word I'm looking, like a Kartra page or like a ClickFunnels page or something like that. So what we have to do is we have to really choose what we're testing wisely. And so what I would do is I would actually make sure that everything that we do for the next couple of months would be all about trends and what their demographic would be most into. Meaning like what's happening right now. I see a kid right here, which means they're most likely selling to parents, which means that guess what's happening in the next month, right? Kids have to go back to school, right?
Yeah. So
if we played on that and you actually had like a giveaway saying, hey, let's start celebrating early, right? Let's celebrate the end of summer so you can regain control of your life. Because I mean, every parent right now knows that summertime is it's a hellhole for a lot of kids. You know what I mean? Because they're not used to being out of school, and their whole life gets rearranged. So I mean, you can make.
I just thought of a good idea for that. School lunches.
There you go, right? See, and then you start playing on that, and that'll give you everything that you need to where when fall hits, you can start playing on the fall trend, start playing on the Thanksgiving trend, on all that. Now that we're getting to the end of the year, but I would start to switch these out. It's almost like if you think about when you go to really any store, the outside is going to be covered in whatever that season or trend is. So if it's 4th of July, it's always got the banners and the 4th of July flags, right?
Yeah.
And then when the Halloween comes, it's got the Halloween with the pumpkins. Same thing here with your website. Have them understand about that. So when you're redoing this, you can keep the integrity of your brand colors and keep the integrity of your brand mission and still incorporate trendy events and holidays and seasons and things like that. And if you have a market where you can capitalize on this with moms, I mean, shoot, you tell them right now, hey, look, I want to help you celebrate by, making this easy on you when you start getting ready for school. Here's a back to school special that we're starting a little early. People love that.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much. One thing I was going to ask real quick, the event pixels, I didn't do any of this stuff for them. They already had that stuff in. I have not been doing custom conversions because I found it difficult to edit the URL. Like, for example, I'm just selecting the purchase event pixel that is somehow they put on everything when you reach the thank you page. I'm taking it. Should I somehow try to figure out how to do custom conversions for these sales?
I would, yes. I would go through and basically, like, if it were something like this, we would want to have, now this is the painful part, but this is where, of course, this is why agencies get paid a lot of money, is because now you have to take this URL, right? And you have to create a custom URL, custom conversion for new products / products / plain donuts. That whole URL right here, this whole, everything past the .com is going to now become a custom conversion. That custom conversion is going to be now one thing that we measure against how many people actually purchase. So since this thing has a base pixel on it, you can tell right here, this has a base pixel on it. We would want to make sure that now obviously we can run a custom conversion to this. Then what happens when somebody purchases from this? They would go to shopping cart.
Yeah, they go to cart and then it's a / thank you or thank_you.
If I were to purchase?
Yeah. So my problem was like, I swear I tried making a custom conversion and it just didn't work out. Like it didn't fire. So I have no idea.
Right.
I didn't know if there's a way I could go into Shopify and edit it because ClickFunnels is obviously so damn easy. I think Kartra is too, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, no, there's got to be. I mean, this right here, of course, if there's a thank you, meaning if there's a thank you and then a bunch of numbers because of what they purchased, right?
Yep, a dynamic number.
Then that's totally fine if thank yous and everything. So this should trigger, of course.
So I should be able to basically copy said product URL contains, go to custom audience and copy said URL, powdered donuts, and then also thank you. And that should be the custom conversion because they have to go to the powdered donuts page and they also have to make it to the thank you. And that should be it, right?
From what I'm hearing, yes, of course. I mean, I'd always love, we could always hop on a call next week or something if it doesn't work out. Right. You can actually go through it in your back office with you.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, this from what I'm hearing, yeah, because I mean, that right there, that little piece right there is going to be what you need. And you should be good to go.
Maybe I could post something in the group too and see if I did it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, all I'm doing right now is I'm just selecting the purchase event. There's no custom conversion. So that was the other thing I was going to ask you, if you think the conversions would somehow get better, because I've never really done a custom conversion.
Yes, the conversions will get better when you move it from whatever it is, a traffic campaign or a generic pixel campaign. You're going to be looking at a reduction. Usually, I mean, we saw a reduction in some of our campaigns upwards of 50%. Like it was a big reduction just from moving it from what it was to an actual custom conversion.
Is there any point in even using the purchase event code then? Like, I just don't get the point of it.
Well, when you're thinking about like building out when you're thinking about building out new campaigns, I'd have to look at what you're
right.
creating. But you should have it's an online event, so you're gonna have to worry about just creating the custom conversions for that event. And so there's only just the URLs that you're going to be needing. Now, when you're thinking about, are you talking about creating like catalogs and things like that, or
no, not there yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. I'll have to look into it more. I'll go over your modules, and I just don't understand like the point if you're doing custom conversions? What's the point of using a purchase event? Like, is it that important? Do I need it? Is it
Oh,
something
I
that,
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Now, you can call it whatever you want.
right?
What I found is that if I try to test that too, so that's a good point. I try to test that. I try to do like, let's say, initiated checkout versus viewed content, right?
Right.
And trying to do that. Yeah, I've totally done that before. To what I've seen, it does nothing. But what I think does matter, and what I've seen matter in our data, is that once you apply a value to that said custom conversion, the amount of value you apply to it, I think, and from what we've seen, Facebook takes into recognition and shows it based upon the value that it also provides yourself. So let's say that you're in the bid war, right? You're in a bid auction and you're willing to bid in your automated bid. Facebook's saying, okay, we'll put up to $6 for this or whatever it is. And you're up against somebody who's willing to do, $25, and they have a value on that lead of, let's say, 500. They're going to go, okay, well, let's show it to this person.
Gotcha.
So a lot of it takes into consideration things that we can't really see.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, thank you so much. And is there any recommendation, like, because I want to do this foundation, is there a module that you recommend I start going through and implementing right now to kind of, I guess, maybe give me a little bit more confidence in making these ads for them?
Yeah, for what we just went through today?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be, if you look through the sitemap or the search bar, if you type in VPC method,
Okay.
right off the top of my head, I'm not sure which module it is, but there's a VPC method training in there that's going to go through it. And then the modules and lessons right after and before that will help you a lot.
Okay. Sweet.
Perfect, dude. All right. I look forward to hearing about these results, my man.
Yeah, I'll post them. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, dude. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
All right. Let's see. All right. Mike. My man. What is up, buddy? Let's see. Hey, Mike, can you hear me, buddy?
Loud and clear.
How are you doing, brother, man?
Pretty good, man. What's going on?
Oh, living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Same.
I love it, dude. I love it. So I didn't get any of the screenshots from you, brother, man. So why don't you walk me through? Do you have on your screen?
You can't see me, can you?
No, that's why I wanted to let everybody know that when they everybody know who's on right now, whether you're live or watching the replay. Got my man Mike Pacheco here signing in. You're in El Paso, right?
Yes.
All right, man. Tell everybody as soon as while you're getting your camera set up, if we can, tell everybody about what you do, where you're at, and why you're here today, buddy.
My name is Mike Pacheco. I'm a gym owner. I also have a party hall here. And I'm here to kind of just learn about automated systems, how to get people and collect leads. And I use I use all kinds of software right now. I use Scipio, Postcron, and then I don't know, it's just I collect leads. I send everybody messages. I get qualified leads. I get them to come in and kind of do like a consultation. I'm only dealing with customers that really want results. I help people lose weight, so I have a system that works for them and get them through the door.
You're the man, dude. You're the man. So anybody in El Paso looking for some serious weight loss tips or help, man, go to Michael, dude. He will transform you.
Yeah.
Put you to work. Or you know what I mean? Like let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Now, Mike, what is going on right now where you are saying that you wish, you're looking for some better results? You mentioned that you're getting leads for like $1.25 or something, which sounds like you might be in the same boat that the last gentleman was in, where he's getting great cost per lead, but just looking to sell a little bit more to the people that are coming through. Walk me through what's going on right now, man.
I still can't get, I don't see my face on here, I only see you. Can you see me now?
I cannot, man. I'm only looking at my mug, and believe me, people don't want that. So you got to join me.
But there's no share screen here or share, like Josh was saying right now. I've used this before. I'm not getting any of the options to show my face or whatever.
I'm being shady is what you're telling me.
I think it's you, but you're the expert. Or just
oh man, that's
sometimes it's glitches or whatever. But the hell with that. I just kind of I don't know. What do I want to get out of this? I just want to get a lot more understanding automation. I want to, I guess I'm not as advanced as Joshua. I was looking at, he's got an awesome website and everything. I can show you my website, but that's not really what brings clients through my door. It's the results that I can share with you my screen, right?
That's what I'm hoping, but I mean, if not, we're gonna have to figure out something else because I need to look at your stuff. So I got some notes.
Raise hand, question and answer.
Yeah. I'm looking on my end over here on why it's not letting. It keeps saying want the panelists, but
leave meeting. I don't want to do that. Mike Pacheco's talking, and yeah, I'm not getting any.
Sorry, Jay Rich.
Share from my end. How about all panel?
Whoa.
Still hear me? Oh, I got something here. Hang on. The host.
How about yourself?
Okay. Good. I got it now.
You got it?
Yeah, you're using the computer audio. Okay. Yeah, share screen. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot more options now. Can you see me now?
Nope.
You cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
I didn't stop it. I didn't stop it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm trying to figure this out myself. I mean,
I do have a share screen, and I think you guys can see this now.
Yeah, I could start. There we go. I can see the screen.
So, let me. I got kind of confused here. So this is kind of what I'm doing now. I come in here. And this is crazy.
Yeah, can you go to your ads manager?
So that's kind of what I got right there. It's been working pretty good. Can you see that right now?
Right. This is on your personal page though, right?
Yeah, it's my personal page, but I use this other one over here. It's because I got a ton of fan pages. I have all these 10 right here that I've been collecting a lot of local leads from. And I put it here, and then it blasted to all my pages. It just blasted to all these pages here, and then
I understand what you're doing there, but let's because what we want to make sure of is, number one, that we're posting things that are going to be of value. Everything that we do is of value. So like right now, think of it like this: if you're creating stuff or challenges for women who are, let me ask you, Mike, if I needed to come in and lose 30 plus pounds, would you give me the same type of, would you say, hey, you need to do the same thing as somebody who needs to lose 5 pounds?
No.
Right. So we need to talk to these people the same way. We need to talk to them differently. And so when you think about what are you making your campaigns for? What are you making your challenges for? Your challenge could be for, let's say, women that want to lose weight. And let's say that women that want to lose weight from 5 pounds up to 30 pounds plus, they're going to want to be involved with this challenge.
Well, no, not necessarily. My target audience is people that want to lose 15 to 20 pounds or 5% body fat. And that really fits everybody. Unless
so if we're looking at 15
fit person, then you're probably not a good fit for my gym, and I'm not a good fit for you as well. So that already eliminates a lot of people. So
absolutely. And so if we stick with just that and we say, okay, well, women who got to be looking to lose at least 15 pounds, right? With them looking to lose 15 pounds, they need a specific type of workout routine. They need a specific type of nutrition. They need to do a specific type of routine. It's got to be built out. So what we would do is we want you to build out these giveaways, these lead magnets, instead of just bringing people in saying, hey, get sign up for X. Even though that does work, we do want you to kick, because what you're doing, dude, everybody who doesn't know or watch this guy, I mean, you've worked your ass off to get where you are, my man. So don't stop doing what you're doing.
Where I can afford you now.
Right. Now we got to make sure that it's all, now we got to make sure it's
I'm just playing, man.
You're good. I mean, now we got to make sure it's scalable though, Mike, right? We got to make sure that what you're doing can, if you can produce, whether it be your goal to bring out, let's say 3 more franchises, or whether it's to just remove yourself completely and start on a new project, we got to make sure that this can move on its own. And leads are going to be what helps you do that. So these folks right here, we don't want to just show your audience, hey, before and after picture, check out this right now, sign up today. We want to do, hey, did you know that if you did these 3 things every day before you woke up, that even if you didn't hit the gym, you'd be able to lose 5% of your body weight? Oh, you there?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Can you see me now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, does that make sense though?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're looking for, my man. We're looking for us to make sure that you've got everything that you need to build out these, not only just social media posts and stuff like that, but also on actual Facebook advertisements. So do you have any ads? Yeah. Do you have any ads running right now?
Yes. Well, I did about maybe 2 months ago, but I got so many. Honestly, I got so many leads that I had to stop the ad, and I got about 300 leads, and I'm just kind of, Brandon, I paid for another mentorship. It was about $1,500 that I went in, and it was a lot of it was just copy and paste, and we set up this machine, but I didn't understand it. I wanted to understand it, and it went really super fast. So I kind of wanted to slow down and understand and how to apply all this instead of just somebody telling me, okay, we'll copy this and paste it here, and let's go to your Facebook. And it was, everything was just step by step. I honestly, I spent probably about 20 hours setting this, they call it the machine. But after that, I was like, whoa, man, I have to like really slow down and figure things out. Like, just kind of, cause I want to be different. I told you that I don't want to just copy other people's, because me and 2 other gym owners here in a town of 700,000 people are running the same word for word type of campaigns where it's just like, it's the same damn thing. And I told this guy, I don't want to do that. I want to be me. I want to be different. I want to, because for example, they use stock photos that the company gives them. I use my own before and after pictures. So I'm trying to get out of the screen so that I can, share with you. I guess I gotta stop showing my face.
Yeah, if you just hit share screen, you're good. If you just
are you seeing it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me.
One thing about you can pull that up real quick. One thing about the before and after pictures that we got to be careful of is there's a couple of things when it comes to advertising. Now, number 1, there's Facebook, and number 2, there's FTC, meaning there's compliance.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about what is it that you're going to have to do to protect yourself as a company owner, number 1 is you're going to have to make sure that if you run any advertisements with a before and after, you have to clearly put inside that ad that results are not typical, that you're probably not going to get, you're probably not going to lose any weight at all. Okay. Basically, that's what has to be said in some version of that, of course. And you can always get a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer on that. But I will tell you that, you're putting yourself at risk. That's one reason why I would help you.
Okay, I'm right here. So, yeah. I understand that. And so what it was is, this is the ad, I guess. Do I click here? Or?
No, you're going to click on the top left, Business Manager.
Okay.
And then click All Tools.
On Settings?
At the bottom, yeah, there you go. And then Ads Manager. There you go. Yeah,
so I created an ad. It was a video, but then the click funnel took them to the ads campaign or whatever, Facebook advertiser. Oh, sorry about this. The amount I plan to pay it. I'm just waiting for you to help me with that. Okay?
yeah. So we should be able to still look at it though. We should still be able to look at it.
Okay. So excuses. I'm waiting we're going to run another campaign, pay that, and then drop some more money into that.
So is this where the ad is at, right?
I guess this one, there was 3 of them that they helped me. Like the guy came in and he just kind of set everything up. So is it right here in their ads?
Those are the 3, right?
There's a 3. Yes.
Okay. Then you got the ads. Let's see. Okay. So he put 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I actually did everything. I had a guy that will walk, just kind of like you. He came on and I gave him control of the screen, and then he just, he took it over, and I was like, oh man, well, I mean, I did everything, but at the end, I didn't understand it. So.
Yeah, and I could take over your screen right now too. It just doesn't. And I'm just trying to figure out how he did this. So, if you did click on the ad set tab in the middle. Yep.
Okay.
And then click on The bottom one. Yeah, edit that one. Just choose to edit that one.
Now I want to be able to run it again, but I want to change some things. I want to do another video. I want to change some wording, but there were like it was just a copy and paste type of deal. So what do you want me to do here?
Go ahead and scroll down. So we got a pixel that needs to be refired. And then you got because that's grayed out. Go ahead and scroll down. And then you got the zip code. There you go. And those are all zip codes that you want to run it to, correct?
Yes.
Okay, scroll down, women, scroll down. Placement.
That was
how long is the video?
Video was about 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Well, why would they not have it on everything? That's weird. See, I'd scroll up.
Do you want to see the video?
If it's under a minute long, I'd put it, see, scroll down to the placement, scroll down to the placement. A little bit more.
Okay.
A little bit more. Yeah, hold on. See, if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see how everything is turned off except for Facebook. I would have everything turned on.
Well, yeah, I just got to pay everything again, I guess. But
Right, no, I mean, whoever set this up for you set it up to where it's not going to be shown on Instagram. It's not going to be shown in the message.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He just wanted it to be shown on Facebook.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. You want it on everywhere. So when you do restart it, there's one thing that you could do to improve the results would be turn it on everything. As long as the video is less than a minute.
Do you want to see it? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and go to the very top and to the right. Yeah, very top to the right. You can see ad.
They wanted me to use their video, and I was like, no, I'm the face of my business, so I actually created the.
Very top right. You're gonna see the word one ad. There you go. Yeah, no, I believe you. The videos that you got to be able to do the videos. If not, then you've got to have somebody who's really good at it. That's really what.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, but I said, what the hell? I got to do this. You want me to hit this or?
I don't know if it's gonna let us watch it. I don't know what's going on. Because it's saying that it won't.
So this is the ad here that people saw, which they get all that.
Yeah, we got to break that apart though. Why is it so? See, that's another thing too. Is
it was a copy and paste type of deal.
Yeah, we'd have to break that up. Here, close that out. Press the close button, and then go to where it says this month. Go all time. The right middle. There you go. Click on that, and then click lifetime. Underneath the right column, top right column, lifetime. To the right. Data says.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. All right. So, okay. So $1.51 per week.
What does it look like? What do you think?
Well, those are great numbers. I mean, as long as a pixel is what it says it is. I mean, you had 72 people that filled out their phone number, or what did they give you? Their name and email, or a name, email, phone number?
I had about close to 300 that gave me their name, phone number, and email that I still have on my Google Sheets. So everything was running through Zapier. Zapier was integrating the Google Sheets with ClickFunnels and my Google Calendar and the schedule once. So from here, it took them to ClickFunnels. Once they went to ClickFunnels, it took them to another page that said, I had my schedule availability through schedule once, and then I had them schedule a consultation to come see me. Then on my phone, it went crazy really fast, and that's why those numbers went up, and I had to put a stop to it because, I mean, the numbers, they really were fast. I had 300 people, and I sat down and I spoke with about 35 persons, and those 35 persons, I signed up 20, 18 paid full, 2 backed out at the end. So 18 gave me about $300 each, close to, that would be $5,400.
So then, so what I would do is, here's what I would start doing. Number one, it doesn't look like this thing's broken. I'd pay that $250 ASAP and not let this link slow down. The reason why is because I'd rather have a waiting list than an empty list, right? So for where you're at right now, my man, I mean, I would really start focusing on offers So what can we do to maximize the people who are currently giving you money? There's one thing that we usually do for people where, let's say one of the clients of ours who's in the fitness space, we'll actually go to creating an offer like, let's say you come in 2 times a week, come in 3 times a week, you come in 3 times a week, or you come in 1 time a week, come in 2 times a week. But basically add an additional time that you come in per week for, let's say, $100. And you could do that for the next 6 weeks or something. So like add an additional, basically 6 sessions for $100. And usually they're like a lot more expensive than that type deal. And that now pulls in, let's say you have 100 members right now, and you get another 15 people to buy up to that. That's an additional $1,500 right there, right? So little things like that to help increase the lifetime value and to help increase your continuity are great offers. So I'd start to really focus on these offers to say, okay, well, if these people are really coming in at that level and they're giving you $300 up front or whatever it is right up front, what can we do to get possibly a 12-week program set up? What can we do to get you to where you're collecting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 payments, right?
That's a good idea, but that, because I'm in the group fitness industry, and I understand all that. But one thing I was thinking about, you may help me with, that I think would be a really good idea, and I know you're an expert at this, is I want to start doing some online training. I want to do virtual training, a 6 weeks program. And, I'm going to do this. I want to do the same thing online, and where they're going to get the workouts. And now I have more trainers. I have a lot more trainers. I could put them to work, set them up with a Zoom training where, participants only, how many participants can you have on a Zoom call, like on a Zoom video?
Oh, it's like 100 more.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, there you go. Where I get people in and maybe do I don't know, what do you think? Like a free class or a free week that they get, where I can start collecting email, phone numbers, and then I can get, do like you did, get on a call and say, okay, this is what you get. This is what you're going to get, blah, blah, blah. And this is what it's going to cost.
We can automate the heck out of that, man. I'm telling you, man, anything
that's what I want.
Yeah, you can, anything that's less than, I'd say, really anything less than $500, you can automate, man. I mean, for us, we get a lot of clients, a lot of our Academy members come in through our funnels that are 100, that are just automated. The first time we call them is after they become a member.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They give us money, they give us their credit card, and then we call them and say, welcome. Right. That's typically how I imagine you want yours to be is, hey, look, I don't really want to spend my time unless you're willing to commit. You commit, give me your name, give me your phone number, give me your payment information. You'll start with the course. I'll give you a call, make sure that you come out. I mean, those kinds of programs are great. Having those being sold through webinars, which the webinar module will be set up in the next week or so for myself. You're going to have all these all these different avenues to be able to pull in new people to go through those courses. I think that you're onto something great. I think that the whole, people that are so afraid to get into an actual gym. I mean, that's.
Thank you. Let me write that down.
It's huge, right?
Yeah, that's a big one right there. People are scared to go to a gym for, but if I can just get them on camera and I can train them at home, even if they're from El Paso, but I want to go beyond. And I want to be able to, like you said, demonstrate the value, the kind of the step-by-step, the things that I do to help them lose weight. Today, I just shot a video on 4 stages of learning, and I got this down here in El Paso. I could tell you a little bit about it, Brandon. Probably bore you to hell. But
that's how you sell it right there. That's a good salesman right there.
But really, like, it's, I get them to come in. I talk to them. I show them, okay, look, and like, I get what you do. I show them what they can have, and you want to lose 15, 20 pounds. I collect their phone number. Then I'm sending them messages. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. Once they sign up, then it's all accountability. It's all me sending a mass message to everybody through Scipio. I'm sure you know Scipio, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually a campaign because I don't even send these text messages. It's as a text free to my number, and my automated system will send them a message. Hey, this is Mike. Thanks for reaching out to me. Can I get you to update this contact form? So then they get it. And I say, hey, thanks for filling that out. Check out my schedule and what time can I get you to come in today? And then once like 20, 30 minutes later, you know, it does it automatically. And I go to the gym and people just start popping in. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. I love it. I read the messages, but I'm not messaging them.
And what I would do is I would, like I said, what you're doing, you've got stuff that's working, brother. What I would start doing is, number one, the stuff that I was going over today about the VBC method and creating those videos that are going to be helping you brand yourself.
What is that? I was watching that, but am I going to get somebody who's going to watch 21 videos?
No, you hope so. You hope so, but no, that's not the way that the way that the filters work. Is people through different a process. So basically, they'll see a certain set of videos when they're like a really cold traffic.
Okay,
they're going to see this set of videos when they're a little bit warmer traffic, and they're going to see this set of videos when they're really warm traffic.
Okay, when they're like ready to buy. Right.
As they develop as they warm up in temperature, they see different sets of videos, which are going to be based upon where they're at. So we're in advance knowing what they're going to be doing and then giving them more instruction.
Can I get them to like to buy it like now, like fast, give them that sense of urgency where this 6 weeks challenge is going to start in 2 weeks. And I need 20 people like now to come up and sign up. I need action takers. I need people not going to make.
That's where a proper launch plan would come in, right? Like I've been pressured with stuff like that with clients before, where like I'll have personal clients. They'll say, "Oh, I wanted to do a 6 weeks launch, a 6 week challenge." Well, when do you want it? Oh, I want it by August 1st. I'm like, well, then you can only expect probably like 3 people to show up. They're like, well, why? I'm like, well, number one, we've got to have a proper launch. And a proper launch is going to dictate how well your results are. So we can't just bring up a challenge that's a paid. If it's a free challenge, like we've done these no takeout challenge and green smoothie challenges and stuff like that, those could be presented as lead magnets. Great stuff. If you're trying to create a paid challenge, then we've got to launch it as you would a normal product. So it might be, let's say 3 weeks before the 6 week challenge starts, we now start off with a series of videos that's introducing the importance of having a challenge, introducing who you are and what you can do, getting yourself in front of these people, talking about the type of exercises that you're going to be going through. And is it going to be circuit training? Is it going to be strength training? Is it going to be weightlifting? Is it going to be tension resistance? What are you actually going to be delivering these people? And then when we get their attention, guess what happens? We start to now push people to your product. So now it's like, hey, we know for a fact these people are watching your videos. These people are interested in this. Let's go ahead and give them now more of that in an offer. And then 2 weeks, so you run that brand awareness you run that campaign awareness for about a week. And then week 1 and week 2, or week 2 and week 3 now, right? You're now running those sales campaigns. So you start off with campaign awareness, then you go into sales. Just giving yourself a little bit of that boost so that you can remove yourself from obscurity. Last thing that we want to do is basically just come out of nowhere and say to people, right, hey, Mike, you don't know me, buy my stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to do.
You're talking about like a cold traffic, like totally cold, somebody that doesn't know me. And I guess I'm reaching out to people who've already been following me for a long, long time. And they they already pre-frame me when they come into the gym.
And that's where we could do that. Like with what you're doing, we could go ahead and run ads, or you can run ads strictly to people who like your page. You can run ads strictly to people who engage on your website. So you can have, these are what's called custom audiences. And this is where it's very important, like how we went over today, it's very important for you to have your brand awareness set up so that you're creating these custom audiences, because these custom audiences are going to be what brings in more money for
you.
Okay, so think of it like this. People who engage with your page, that is a custom audience. People who watch your videos, that's another custom audience. People who visit your website, that's another custom audience. Imagine having all of these people having different offers being seen to them. So the more videos they watch, the better the offer, the different the offer. So we have all these now ways. So this is what brings me up into, depending on what you have questions about, the last thing that we'll discuss is, number one, when you go to your website, I know you said that a lot of your traffic doesn't come from your website, but it could. And so what I would suggest is the button on your website, make it work. The schedule button doesn't work right now. So even if I wanted to schedule with you on your website, I couldn't do it.
Where is that? Let me see here.
The Mike Warriors, yeah.
Some guy was going to work on it. He never finished it, but I can do it myself. What happened with my www up there that he's TTP? Okay, so schedule. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah, so I'd get that fixed real quick. And then I'd make the videos a little bit smaller to make the images a little bit smaller, just so that it loads a little bit faster and a little bit easier on the eyes. And then I would have an offer. Okay, so there's a video inside of the Academy, Mike. It's inside the very first module called Your Product, Your Offer. And
Okay. It's in the first module.
first module, and there's a video in there called Your Product is Not Your Offer.
Okay.
That I want you to watch that video because what it shares is the 4 elements inside of an offer. And what we as business owners forget a lot of the time is that our product is not our offer. You and your, ability to change people, your transformation gym, let's call it that. That is the service you provide. You provide them with a service. And there's an offer to get people to experience that service. The offer, it could be a week free, right? What are you offering right now? Are you offering you're offering like a 6-week challenge, right?
Yeah, it's for free. 4 weeks free challenge.
A
It's gonna
4-week.
start. It's gonna start August 6th. On Monday, I signed up. Monday, I signed up about 30 people.
And I believe you did. You gave away a month for free?
Well, it's supposedly free. What I do is, I tell them I give them the 3 pillars to success: exercise, nutrition meal plan, a cookbook, everything. And the last one is all the accountability. In 30 days, they got to lose 15 pounds. If they lose the 15 pounds, they get the money back. It becomes free.
How much money did they pay?
$100 each one.
$100. Okay. Okay, so that was like an entry offer. Okay, so it wasn't for free. It's $100 to get that. Okay, so what we've seen that works very well is offering things like for a few sessions. Obviously, what we've seen work best is one session after the first session. If they haven't decided, then typically they're not really the best candidate. We usually have seen 3 be the best. So it's like, hey, we'll offer you 3 days free, 3 sessions free. After the first session, we always train our clients to say, hey, have you seen enough to make a decision? And they close probably about 80% of them, a very high percentage of them right after that first meeting. So if you're doing a 30-day challenge, that means that you don't actually get paid, though, the full amount for another 30 days. I think about restructuring that offer to be something along the lines of maybe 21 days for $100. Can you still get them? Do you think that you could still get them to lose 15 pounds in 21 days versus 30?
It'll be hard, but I could do maybe
10 days, maybe 10 pounds then? Maybe change it to 10 pounds in 21 days?
10 pounds is easy, yeah.
Okay, so maybe change it to 10 pounds in 21 days, change that to $100. And the reason why is because I'm always thinking in 30-day increments, okay, Mike? So think of it like this. If I'm usually paying you $300 a month, right? That's usually what I'll be paying you if I decide to become a client, remember?
No, 100 a month is what I charge. Just for unlimited classes. See, I'm a personal trainer, Brandon, but I have group classes. So in my class, I have about anywhere from 30 to 50 people in there. So it's group fitness training. Somebody can pay $300 a month, but that's just going to be like a small, 3, 4, 5 person session versus me putting a trainer in there and having 40 people in the same class. Nobody's, they won't pay it here. It's group fitness classes. And I understand what you're saying, but I'm not, I think I have about 250 clients right now that are on contract, pay me per month. That is just recurring charges from their bank accounts to be part of my gym.
Right. And what's the normal cost for those people? What do they know? What's the average investment that they're paying?
50 per month on
50.
Contract.
Okay, so 50 per month. So basically, if we can get that up just a little bit, you'd be in good shape. But if we keep it in the same spot, let's just say it's in the same spot, okay? What I'm saying is, like, if you said basically $100 for the 30-day free for the 30-day challenge, correct? They're paying you $100.
Now they get more. Just so that you know, when they sign up, it's just access to the classes. It's just training and unlimited classes. Now, when they do these challenges, it becomes more personalized. Now they get a nutrition meal plan. Now they get a coach that I do a consultation. I sit them down. We do a body fat percentage, muscle mass, visceral fat, water, bone. We do everything. We take the pictures. We give them the meal plan. We take them and I put them I put them on a sheet where I have, other 40 members on there, and every week I'm weighing them in. I'm making adjustments. I'm sending them roll call. I have them in a Facebook group where I do roll call, and I say, hey, good morning. Who's coming in? What time? Text me back. Here's my number, and I'm keeping track of them. So it's a lot of getting you by the hand and helping you lose weight, like the girl you see on my screen right now.
Right. So no, absolutely, man. I mean, you do a great job with those. What I would do is I suggest you to bump it up by 20%. Okay. I'm talking about bumping your prices from 100 to 120 for the next challenges that you do. Bump it up from $50 a month to an average of $60 a month. Small increments. I'm talking next year and 6 months from now, bump it up in another little bit. But you're going to see that those little increments aren't going to affect your growth. Start to make those little measurements. Now what I would do is I would make that 30-day challenge that you're charging $100 for, right? Because you're charging $100 for that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're charging $100 for that, buddy, I would go ahead and I would make sure that I made that a 21-day challenge. And the reason why is because you're going to be able to now look at after the 21 days, you're going to be able to pull now an additional $50 from that person's account. So instead of you getting $50 for that first month, or instead of you getting $100 for that first month, or $50 on average, you're going to walk away with $150 within that 30-day period. So they're going to be paying you for the first 21 days that 21-day challenge fee of $100.
Yeah, and if they win their challenge, then instead of giving their money back, I talk them into joining my gym with that $100 as a down payment to sign up for the year contract. So I push them to give me results. To me, it's beneficial that they lose the 15 pounds so that in the future, this thing can just keep rocking and rolling, and I can keep getting people in, and the same people will, join another challenge and keep losing weight.
That's it. And that's how we're going to be able to, I would make it to where either I shrink the challenge or I increase the amount. I actually do both. Like I said, I would make the challenge a little bit more money. And then what I would do is, I make it $120, 21 day, $120 challenge. And then I would make it to where after day 21, you want to become a member. Okay, well then that's the $100 that you're going to be paying, or whatever the per month is. And now I've been able to increase my per month right there. And then I would start to have different ways to present this. So one thing that's going to work well for you, you're going to have surveys, checklists, any type of video series and challenge. So we put together a 29-day video series that was for a client of ours. And that turned out incredibly well to a local market. So
I got to do 29 videos, or I got to watch 29 videos?
No, it would be where you could make it, 12 days. It didn't matter what you were doing. They were doing they wanted to do a whole month worth. And so, you could do, if you were doing 29 days, it would be basically one exercise every day to help somebody get into better shape. And
so one exercise video?
Yeah. It'd be basically like a 2-minute video. He was doing 2-minute videos showing people exactly what they can go do. And then he was basically saying, do this for, 5 minutes or whatever it would be. So it'd be like, hey, this is Brandon real quick. When we get into the exercise of the day, here, go ahead and do this, make sure this. All right, good. Now go ahead and do this 3 different times over the course of
that. I like that.
Whatever it is. And so that right there led us to an opportunity of getting people to reintroduce them to the offer every single day.
Right.
So it was a very non-salesy way to sell your new packages every single day. So something like that would be great.
I like it. And we can do this online, like through email.
Absolutely, yeah. So you would collect a lead. Basically, you'd create the funnel. Inside module number 2 of creating your funnel in 14 days, you're going to be able to go through that as trainings. Those trainings are going to teach you how to create those exact marketing funnels inside of ClickFunnels. You're going to go through and create the landing page, create the sales page. You're going to create any of the order forms that you need to take payment from, or install any of the calendars to make sure that they can schedule.
So just do all this free, all these videos for free, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. These videos are going to be what we call lead magnets.
Let me show you what this guy's doing. And I think you're kind of, you're doing the same thing as him. And I'm sorry to take your time, but let me see here. How would I do a search here? Because he's here somewhere.
You would go to see all in Messenger.
Okay.
And then type in his name.
I have a lot of people interested, and I just kind of blow them off.
Yeah, don't do that.
uh, 'cause I'm putting a lot of messages out there. Like, oh, here we go. So this guy, he's sending me messages every day for 21 days, and I kind of follow these guys so that, so he's been messaging me for 21 days, and I know it's automated, and I want to do something like that. Like, he gave me a cool recipe book here, and so he's trying to get me hooked for 21 days. Hey, Mike, here's a cool breakfast. How can I do this?
You do that through ManyChat.
Through ManyChat?
Well, he looks like he's using, I want to say, Chat Fuel, but I would suggest you use ManyChat. Yeah, ManyCH.
MANY?
Yeah, ManyChat. ManyChat.
I'm sorry, say that again?
ManyChat.
Many, MANY?
Correct.
Chat. Same word?
Correct.
Okay. What is that? Like an application or something?
It's a bot. Correct. It's a Facebook bot. And what you do is you connect your business page to ManyChat, and you create called these sequences. Inside of the Academy, you're going to see an entire module dedicated to Facebook bots. It's going to walk you through how to create your Facebook bot and how to set up everything that you look at here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's this other guy, and I was looking at his stuff, and he's a great marketer, and I wanted to see if you can help me. And I think it's he's married to this real cool chick. This girl right here.
Yeah.
So, and what you have it set up, like where you have questions on the bottom, and where are you, Brandon?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That cool guy. Yeah.
And then you have questions down here on the bottom. I'm sorry about that. Let me get out of there.
Yeah, no, you're good. Those are some cool stuff. And we use ManyChat for everything in our business account like that. And that's where I want you to get comfortable with. What I would suggest that you do is I would suggest that you go straight into the Academy. You watch the very first module on your product, your offer.
Right.
Go through that and then make sure that you have created your offer. So meaning, what are you using to sell your service? And what is your core service you're looking to sell? If it's a challenge, what are we using to sell the challenge? If it's a annual package, what are we using to sell the annual package? What offer do we have?
Now, does it have to be 21 days? Can I do like 10 videos? Or
you can do anything that you want.
It'll be me talking or me going over a video and then giving it for free, or how does that work?
You want to make sure that it's set up to where if you're going through it yourself, that you would have clear, actionable steps on what to do so you can get real results. So if it's, the 13-day Mike Pacheco workout guaranteed to get you, to lose 3 inches off your waist, right?
And do that free?
Yeah, we give these away free.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, give that away for free. And the reason why is because you'll notice, Mike, if you sent, let's say, for example, you went and purchased 20 different treadmills, right? 20 different treadmills. Mm-hmm. And you sent it to your neighbors, all 20 of your neighbors, your closest surrounding neighbors, and you just sent them this treadmill. And let's say that 20 of them were actually interested. They were all overweight. Let's say all 20 of them were overweight. None of them would actually start working out. And the reason why is because people don't want to do it themselves. People want someone to do it with or someone to do it for them. And since you can't do the workout or the exercise for them, we have to become appealing to where they want to do it with you. That's the hard part. Isn't getting people to know they need to work out. It's getting their lazy butts up off the ground and making them feel comfortable of when they go in to see you. You see what I mean? Yeah. That's what we're looking for. And the only way that they can get comfortable, dude, is by putting your face in front of the camera or putting whoever's going to be the company face in front of the camera and saying, hey, here's 10 things that you could do for free, or here's 10 things you could do right now to help you shave that muffin top. Here's 3 things you could do to help you better, equip yourself for the next 7 years of your life. Here's something that you could do about here. Did you know this about water, guys? Here, when you drink enough water, it helps you do X, Y, and Z. Hey, just going through all of these things, your daily content, you've got to start creating these videos that are going to give results in advance.
Awesome. I like that.
Yeah, you got to let people know that, hey, my name's Mike Pacheco and I give it away for free. I know that you're going to need help. And I know that after you see enough of my stuff come through the feed of yours and you start to try my stuff and you get results, the only person you're going to want to come to is me. I mean, the way that I think about it, it's like the Brad Pitt effect. How many people do you think actually think that they know Brad Pitt? Right? Because they've seen him in all his videos. They've watched him in all his movies. They're like, oh, I actually know this guy. I feel like I know you.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like people are going to get to feel like they know you when they see your videos. And Mike, dude, it's game over from that point. So that's where I want you to make sure you're going through the offer training so that you can create your offers. Go through the 14-day funnel training so you can start to build out your funnels. Go through the bulletproof follow-up training so you can start to build up your follow-up training or your follow-up.
That's a lot. Okay, but okay.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got another couple weeks. So this is why the first things first, you can start to get out new ads tomorrow if you go through and create the new offers.
Okay.
Right? We need you in module 1 so that you can start to create the new offers. Once you have that offer down and you know exactly what you're going to use to sell your service and you know how to create these different types of offers, then you can go right into Facebook and start to sell that offer.
So I could do 4 weeks program right now, and then I can start my online training just like this, right? 10-day online training free. And then that'll just be me doing a 2-3 minute video. Second day, 2-3 minute video. And in those 10 days, it's going to lead to me selling on a 6-week online training course.
Right. But you're going to want to make sure that all these videos are put into your ClickFunnels account.
Right.
Right. So you have,
I'm going to watch your modules.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to build out your marketing funnel. And imagine this. Imagine this is the flow. So if you were to like close your eyes or, you know, make sure it's tangible, it's going to be, you know, if I'm looking on Facebook right now, I'm going to see an ad from Mike Pacheco. I'm going to see an ad from your gym. That ad's going to say, hey, here's 10 days of online training for free. I'm going to share with you the exact secrets that I've shared with my own clients to help them get results. You know, download it here.
Yeah.
I click here. Takes me to a landing page. The landing page is going to say, hey, look, give me your name, your email so I can give you this cool 10-day training. I'm going to give you my name and my email, and then it's going to take me to a sales page that's going to say, hey, thanks for opting in for your 10-day training. In the meantime, why don't you check out? And then on that sales page, we're selling the offer. So if the offer is to come in for 30 days for $100 or 21 days for $100, that's where we're selling that.
But they don't have to buy it.
No, because they've already opted in. They've opted in to get their 10 days.
Great.
This is our opportunity to sell them on what do we want them to buy.
But we're not necessarily going to ask for the buy.
Oh yeah, no, we are. We're gonna. I mean, it depends on how you want to work it. Do you want to? Again, this is depending on your market, your industry, your experience. You could set it up to where you could have them purchase from that point.
Okay.
You can have it set up to where they can just schedule, and then you call them to take the payment information over the phone.
Okay. You
can have it set up to where they have a qualification form they fill out, and you call the schedule and take the payment information over the phone.
I was a bit confused because you said we're gonna run this video for like 21 days. I'm gonna get them to trust me, this and that.
Not just one video. You're gonna have multiple videos. Yeah. We want a bunch of videos. That's why if you want to go back through and watch the beginning of this call today, because what we go into is the beginning stage of brand awareness.
Okay. So
and you're gonna see that what we asked for is 5 videos.
Okay.
Right. Those 5 videos, think of it like a rotating door where we're going to be pulling people in through cold traffic to watch these 5 videos. Then we're going to take the winning group of people and send
I saw that.
Yeah, your new lead magnet. So imagine you're creating content for people who are looking to lose weight. You're creating content for people who are looking to get fit, for people who are looking to eat better, for people who are looking for accountability, for people who are looking for to get better from sports injuries, right? You're looking for all types of reasons on why you need to create this content. And when you do that, it's game over then, right? That's where your videos are going to come from. Then go into creating the lead magnets. That right there, Mike, just so that we're clear on the terminology, that right there, your 10-day online training, that is what we call a lead magnet.
Okay.
We're using those 10 videos as a magnet to get leads.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Right? We're using that as a magnet to get leads. The videos, the 5 videos before they see this, before they get to the training, the 5 videos before they get to training, those are videos like, imagine this. Hey, my name is Michael and I own this gym. And the reason why we're different is because boom, 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 boom. Right? We go into talking about why they're different. We go why you're different. Go into talk about why your company's different. Go into talking and sharing stories about your testimonies, about the people who have given you the right to share their story. Talk about your different approach and your method, and talk about your core and company values.
In short videos.
Yeah, these videos are going to get to people. They're going to get sent out to people now for like $3 to $5 a day. Very little a bit of money. At the end of the day now, you're going to have people in your area that have seen Mike Pacheco for what it is that you stand for.
I love it.
Right now we get people to buy into your philosophy. And once they buy into your philosophy, they start to trust you. And when people trust you, they do what you ask. And when people do what you ask, Mike, let me ask, do they get results?
Absolutely.
Right? That's all I ask for too. Do you know what I mean? Like if I can get people to respond and to do what I ask them to, then they're going to get results. And the only way I can get them to do what I ask is if I can build trust.
Well, that's what I told my wife. I know this guy, Brandon, he's badass. So we're going to go ahead.
I love that. See, I got to get that in writing from you, bro.
We're going to pay him and just move forward and look for the next mentorship program.
That's right, man. And so let's stick with the VPC. Yeah. Stick with the VPC method right now, my man.
Value. What is that? I wrote it down.
Value, pitch, close.
Value, pitch, close. I'm going to watch your videos. Okay.
All right, buddy. Let's get started on this, and then make sure to reach out to us so that we can get you back on either next Thursday or in 2 weeks from now so we can look over everything and see how far you are.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, Mike. You enjoy yourself, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your week, buddy.
Thank you. You too, man. Have a great day.
You too, brother.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We got a very good – I know we went long today, had a very good meeting. Excited that we were able to spend some time with you guys and go over all that. Hope you guys walked away with some nuggets today. So we're going to be meeting a week from tomorrow for the next members call. Make sure you show up for that. If you have any questions about what we went over today, or you want to show up and register for either the members call or in 2 weeks from today, the Winning Ad Wednesday, make sure to reach out to us. Sign up for that. Come out. Let's get your stuff looked at. I know that we together can help move mountains. So I appreciate you for taking time out today. I look forward to seeing you on the next call. I appreciate you. Take care.